Hey y'all, this is Nashville Night Sessions. I'm Hudson Westbrook.
I'm Dan Alley.
And this is our song, House Again. Well, this kitchen used to be a dance hall. Music on and the lights off, just you and I came in and all I had was, this kitchen used to be a dance hall. Or, yeah, that's what I had. I had that line. And then I was like, it's basically like a house, and it's not a home anymore. And Dan looked at me and he goes, well, that's the hook. He goes, it's house again. And I was like, all right. Now it's just four empty walls where I lay my head and get no rest at all.
Calling a song House Again, it's kind of a confusing title. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense just reading those two words together, and that's what was cool about it.
Yeah, and then I think once we already kind of had this idea for this first verse to be like, well, this used to be. It was our first time writing together, and we kind of opened up with each other, and that was my first co-write where I'd been like, dang, these dudes are dudes too, we're all just hanging out. Is now just a house again? These days, all I hear is an echo of you saying, baby, don't go, and your goodbye. If you came back, you'd be surprised you wouldn't even recognize this place without you. In the back of your head, things float to the front for a reason, and so it all just stemmed from something I experienced as a kid. And being 7 years old and not understanding why your mom or your dad's not in the house anymore. And then you just wrote a song that explains the whole situation at 20, 13 years later. And I think that's what's so cool about songwriting in this song is it's such an old topic, but I finally found the way to express it through something. So. On a mailbox on used to be street. I guess you were right, I should've left when you did. The house you made a home is now just a house again.
The first video I ever saw of you singing the song was a few months after we wrote it, whatever. Yeah. And there was 2,000 or 3,000 people singing every single word to it, and I was like, dude, I didn't even really know you actually recorded this. Yeah, And all of these people already know every word to it. It was insane. Four empty walls where I lay my head and get no rest at all. The porch swing don't swing, the doorbell don't ring, and now it's just wood on concrete. The numbers on a mailbox on used to be street. I guess you were right, I should've left when you did. The house you made a home is now just a house again. The view of your childhood house is always in your head. So the sunset, and there was a dirt road, and we had cranberry trees on accident out there, and I don't know, it's just the little things that you don't realize until you leave, and so yeah, it was just all the little things that we did to change it too and make it our own. We built a patio and we built a walkway, and my mom would always plant, I forget the flower name, but she'd plant them around the whole yard, and they'd come up every single summer. And we drove by there last weekend while I was playing LJT, and the flowers are still coming up 20 years later, 25 years later. Yeah, just the small things that you don't realize until you're gone. All right, well, thank you for joining me, brother. Special song, Thanks,
special dude, and now we're on to the next one. First song I ever wrote was Sleeping on the Floor. It was a song about you're sleeping on the floor tonight because I don't want you to sleep in my bed anymore. Worst song I ever wrote was Sleeping on the Floor. The hook was there, but it wasn't doing the thing. So, and then I don't know who let me drive to Fort Worth and produce that song and play acoustic on it and play cajon on it, but never again. I've not played this song ever. Heck no. Well, I've been digging holes, but I don't know how to dig myself out. And I've been wearing glasses and I still see you walk right past me, and you still bat your eyes and smile. And then it's like, and I've been charging my phone, but I regret it because I saw you with another guy. And then it's like, and I'm gonna have to block you out tonight. And then it's like, you're sleeping on the floor tonight. There's about 10 tonights in there. Alibis by Tracy Lawrence. I love the emotional side of a man understanding like how someone feels, or like a woman or another person. So like the Alibis, just whole topic is, I wrote that title down and then I got in my truck and put it on Spotify, and I'm like, well, that's already been done. So I think any song that like I'll have a title for and then I'll hear it and I'm like, that's where it stemmed from, is because I wish I would have wrote it. But yeah. Alrighty, y'all, so I'm gonna introduce y'all to Reed Otten on my right, and then we got Lucas on my left. These are the two dudes that we wrote Dress Down with, and we started it, in Lubbock, and finished it on
Lubbock, Texas.
FaceTime.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lubbock, Texas.
So, go something like this.
Yeah, we wrote this one in the middle of several other ones. We were kind of working on them like all together, honestly. But yeah, we just like posted up in a house in Lubbock and
Little Airbnb in the desert.
yeah.
But if I'm being honest, that ain't even close to your best. Lucas was like, dress up to get dressed down. I have this title, and I was like, I want to write a song that's like swingy and like just fun and super.
It
just
pretty much
electric
happened like
bass.
together. Like as soon as he said it, like I played exactly what the thing is now, and we were just in. You know, I feel like that was the quickest one we wrote, maybe on that whole trip.
And I love the going in after going out. I love it when we dress up to get dressed down.
It just popped into my head. I'd had it forever, and I tried writing it by myself, and it didn't work.
Baby, we can stay for one more Hudson Westbrook song.
And you guys gave it the life that I always hoped it would have.
Yeah, it did get a life. Now it's a prom like transition thing. Like it's a you look drop dead gorgeous, and then it's a transition into them wearing their prom
Amazing.
dress.
Nice. That's awesome.
Can't wait till we're home. Can't put what's burning on home. You know I love showing you off all over town. I love what you're wearing when there's no one around. And I love the going in after going out. I love it when we dress up to get dressed down. And I was just thinking about like what would my girlfriend like to be told to her, and I feel like that's what we were all trying to. And then I remember the night we were writing it, you were like, what'd you say? You're like, I'm gonna go play this.
I don't know.
He goes, I'm gonna go into the bedroom and play this for my wife.
Go play this with Caroline.
Yeah.
We were just, I feel like the big thing was like, you were like, we gotta like be respectful about this. You know, like, we gotta be like, say what we're trying to say, but in a polite way.
Around. And you know I love going in after going out. I love it when we dress up to get dressed down. Dress up to get dressed down. Yeah, we dress up to get dressed down. You know I love going in after going out. Yeah, we dress up to get dressed down. I'm more of like a staying in guy when it comes to going out, because, and especially after doing music, like you go out all weekend, and then you're up late all week, and you're up late all week, and you're touring as well, and so I just like to hang out with my girlfriend just in private, honestly.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I like to go eat. Don't get me wrong. I like to go to a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
But After that, going straight home.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's the perfect combo.
That's
like,
right.
Go out for dinner, have the drinks, and then go back home.
And dress up to dress down.
Yeah, dress up to
Get
dress
dressed
down.
Exactly.
All right, y'all, that's a wrap. This is Reed Otten. This is Lucas. That's Dan Alley. And thank y'all for listening to Nashville Night Sessions. Good night, Nashville.